coming up on this podcast.
Is it just an egg in vinegar?
Yeah, they're brilliant.
Is that just it?
Yeah, it's pickled.
It's just an egg in vinegar. Yeah, but they are brilliant.
I don't want to without making it look too stupid, Byron. It's an egg that's pickled. I came in one day and it was like a typewriter letter. It was like some serial killer was like,
I will get you in the name of the Lord.
You see newspaper, newspaper things stuck to it. Imagine it was like that sort of thing. It was like typewriter.
No, but what
your sign outside saying "I am the resurrection and I need a pint" is deeply offensive and has been reported to Southwood Borough Council. So I thought, right, I've got to change this. Tell me about it.
I got my lip ripped off by my dog years ago. I must have been about 13, 14.
Your dog once ripped Adam's jeans.
This is the same dog.
It's where I think 16-year-olds should be allowed to drink in pubs. I think with somebody over 21, what's the issue? I think.
Yeah.
And then you've got two responsible people keeping an eye on, because it's ridiculous saying that 16-year-olds don't drink, because they do.
All right. I looked him dead in the eye. I knew it was in. I said, "Are you Dave Spikey?"
That was what you said.
I want you stop.
That was what you said.
I said, "Are you Dave Spikey?" Okay, welcome back, or welcome. If you've not been here before, welcome. And if you have been here before, welcome back. We've never been in here before, because today, this is episode 7, we are in the Market Ale House in Leyland, which is a small town in Lancashire. So if you are in the northwest, then make sure you come on down for a drink. And we're joined by Jack.
All right.
How are you today, mate?
Bit ropey.
Why is that?
Because I was out last night and I shouldn't have been. I'm fucking hanging out my house, to be honest. But see how this goes.
So we're here. Jack's treated us to a nice pilsner. It's currently 10 to 12 in the morning on a Sunday, so quick beer before church. But yeah, so we were joined by Jack. So Jack, who are you? And what is it what you do?
I run this pub. That's basically it. That's about me. That's my life.
So it's a micro pub, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's not been many there wasn't many in the north. There was mainly just in London, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was. I think Kent. To start with, I think it was that Danny and Alison
in Kent
went to. Yeah, I think that was where they went and then got the idea. It wasn't us that opened it, was it? It was Danny and Alison that opened it. The railway.
The previous owners.
Yeah, who you worked for as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then I ended up working here, and then we took it over. So
we used to be on shift together here, didn't we?
I know.
Back how many years ago was that now?
Would have been 4 or 5 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
I would have been 18. 17. 18, yeah, I must have been 18.
It was not 17.
Yeah, no,
Get him done.
Nothing's going to kill me. Yeah, I was 18. 18 or 19, not 17. Definitely not 17.
So what's the difference, do you think, between a micro pub and a normal pub?
Size. That's literally it. That's literally it.
But do you think people are attracted to it just because it is a smaller spot?
I think because
it's a bit edgy and
because
kooky,
it's
this place.
Smaller means that obviously it doesn't cost as much to run, so you don't have ties. So it means that you can get any beers that you want. So I think it sort of. I don't know how to describe it. Because there's no tie, you can get better beers and stuff. So
yeah.
So people feel that sort of independence about it as well, So
it's got the local,
especially because we're family run. So I think I think people, especially in Leyland and Preston, appreciate when something's independent and small. And
the support.
So exactly. Yeah, so we're local people. So I think it's because of that, really.
So
I hope. I hope it's because of me.
We can only see and I've set the camera up here so we can just see kind of the bar area.
Yeah.
We can't see the rest of the pub. But capacity wise, how many can we hold in here?
At New Year we do 95. This is a squeeze.
Inside?
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have anybody outside at New Year.
You take all tables?
We open upstairs though, so it's sort of.
There's an upstairs area in here?
Yeah.
Is there? Yeah. I know there's a staircase.
Yeah, we're doing it up. So
Right.
we're going to end up opening up there permanently, hopefully, if the licensing let us. So.
I never knew that. I never knew that there was, in New Year that you opened up there.
Yeah, we do it every now and then as a temporary thing, when it's going to be busy, so we can up our capacity a bit. But there's only so much you can do it because there's only one fire escape. So
Yeah. What do you do?
Without getting too boring.
What do you do in case of a fire? As Keith Lard once asked. Run like fuck.
Yeah. Start with air horn.
Yeah.
You brick.
So kinds of beers in here, I noticed. Well, I know because I worked here, but it's a lot of ales, isn't it?
Yeah, sell a bit of everything really.
Got a
Pilsner.
lager, yeah. Lager
Brilliant
for
Pilsner.
a wee lager boy
Absolutely
like me.
banging. I drink loads of it. It's really good. A bit of keg beers, so we've got a Rivington on that we went and brewed that. KL there.
Yeah.
And a Cloudwater on at the minute. But yeah, we try and get sort of higher end stuff. We don't get shite stuff that we're selling spoons and that because I don't want to go in spoons anyway. I wouldn't know.
One of the things I've got written down here. What do you think of Weatherspoons?
I hate them.
And what are your reasons?
I don't like Tim Martin. That's what it is.
I know why.
Without getting political, because he told me not to. I don't like. Yeah, I don't. I'm not a big fan of him. I think he's an absolute idiot.
What's your message to old Timmy boy?
Fuck off.
If you had to say something to him, what would you say?
Let us stay. And that's what you know what I'm on about there.
No, but I mean, in terms of his,
in
terms of his establishment,
I'd probably say treat your workers a little bit better. Stop giving them 0-hour contracts and
is that what he
pay
does?
them
There,
a
does
little
he?
bit more. Apparently so, yeah.
Allegedly.
I know a few stories from a certain Weatherspoons. You can probably guess which one.
Yeah.
Where we get a lot of football fans. Because of North End, we get a lot of away fans stopping in Leyland, on coaches because they can't go too close to the city centre, so they stop in Leyland.
Yeah.
And then somebody apparently went to work. This is all apparent, so it might not have actually happened, but this is what I've heard.
Didn't happen of the year awards.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for Mark to be like, why the fuck did he say that? Yeah, apparently they went into work and then when they got there, the football fans had gone, so they sent them home. So they rang them in to go into work, it's busy, can you come down? And then they got in, and then they worked for about half an hour, and they sent them home. Apparently. So shit like that is
half an hour's wage.
Spoons motive, yeah. And I just think, especially that person could have got training from Preston or anything, and they've probably not even covered the cost of getting into work. So.
Do you reckon?
I don't know.
I can't sit here and slag spoons because I am a very stingy man, and I can get a beer and a burger. Well, I can get a beer burger for like a beer and a burger.
Beer burger. That sounds nice.
It's fucking early this on a Sunday, mate. A beer. And a burger and chips, a gourmet burger,
there's a market for it
for £7.
There's
the market is me, a cheap bastard.
There's a market for it because it won't be it won't be having £70-odd million profit at the end of the year if they were.
Yeah.
He's making an absolute killing. But I just think, I don't know. I think.
Do you think
one thing that does annoy me though, with people that go in there is when people go, "Oh, I've just been down to Spoons.
I remember that when I
had
worked
a
here.
shit steak, blah, blah, blah." You're like, you just paid like £8 and you got a steak and a fucking pint. Like, what do you expect? It's not gonna be good, is it? It's gonna be boiling a bag steak.
You've got to remember we're from like a nation of the biggest fucking moaners in the world.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. If
If
they're not moaning about the weather, they're moaning about spoons.
We moan when it's hot. We moan when it's cold.
Yeah.
When something's cheap and it's shit, like in Spoons. For me, you know what you're gonna get in Spoons. Just get a fucking burger.
Yeah,
get a burger. You know what you're gonna get with a burger. If you're gonna get a steak or a surf and turf or something, it's not gonna be good. Not gonna be like fucking the best scampi in the world.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be like grass-fed beef, is it?
We've actually, all the people that work for us are brilliant, and they all pretty much, I think, agree with me politically, and they don't go in Spoons for the same reasons, and we've all been boycotting Spoons
because of that
for a while. Well before everything kicked off with the best pub in Preston and all that lot and all that.
Yeah, that's.
So
did Nando's win the best restaurant in Preston?
Yeah. Spoon's the best pub, Nando's the best restaurant. Cracking place to go and visit.
Wow.
So
you gotta be alright. I get it with Spoons, but you gotta be fucking pretty brain dead to be voting Nando's as the best restaurant.
I don't get it with Spoons, mate. You can fuck off. Look into apps. That's best.
Can you understand why people go in Spoons though? Yeah, I mean you can't argue with the pricing. Can
I
you?
absolutely get it.
You know, he is.
But I mean, he shafts everybody that he works with. Everybody in the industry. If you sell beer to Spoons, then you get told what they're buying it for. You can't criticise him for that, I suppose. That's good business, but just like he shouldn't sell to Spoons anyway. I think if you're a brewery and selling to Spoons, we don't tend to buy them. Looking at the breweries that we've got on now, we don't buy from Spoons. Cloudwater, Northern Monk, people like that. They don't sell to Spoons. No, they don't need to. Why would they? Why would they sell the beer at half cost just to get it in a Wetherspoons? Yeah. What's the point?
So. That's Spoons. Sorry, Tim.
Covered. Prick.
So, obviously, with this being quite a small venue, what kind of snack? Obviously, you're not going to have a gourmet chef in the back.
No.
But what kind of snacks do you?
Oh, you're going to get me going on pickled eggs now.
Because I remember when I worked here. I was out back sorting them pork pies, and I was fucking...
Stop doing them.
Stop
doing pork pies.
Oh, there we go. There's a board up there.
Cheese boards, crisp, nuts, and pork scratchings. The best pork scratchings about. My auntie does them on the market. She's the butcher on the market.
Alright, so she makes them herself?
Excellent. Yeah. Well, I don't know if she makes them herself. I'm not really sure. I don't know if they flavour them or anything.
But they're not Mr. Porkies.
They're massive bags of pork scratchings. I was going to go and get you one then, but I don't really
can't beat a pork scratching. You're picking them out of your teeth. You're having for your lunch next.
Everybody's going to give me stick for this now, because last time I did one of these, I was banging on for ages about pickled eggs, about how much I love pickled eggs.
See, I think
they're great.
Do you know what's funny? When we had Danny Mayer on, we was talking about another pub, what was in our town, the Ship.
Different one. All right, yeah, it was
the Ship.
Yeah, Jolly Electrical.
Yeah. And I was talking to Danny about when he came on against Chelsea in a cup game, and I remember exactly where I was and where I was sat.
I watched that. Yeah, he had Didier Drogba in his back pocket. I remember I was watching that at my granny's.
But I was just saying to him, I was buzzing when I came on. I said, guess where I was sat? And I told him where I was sitting. And he went, oh yeah, I remember that place. The place where always had pickled eggs on the counter. I was like, that's the one. Why do no pubs not do pickled eggs anymore?
They're ace, but I can't talk about them because
do you not do pickled
everybody's
eggs?
Going to give me stick. We used to. They're harder to get hold of than what you'd think.
Is it just an egg in vinegar?
Yeah, they're brilliant.
Is that just it?
Yeah, it's pickled.
It's just an egg in vinegar.
What it is.
But they are brilliant.
I don't want to without making you look too stupid, Byron. It's an egg that's pickled. But
what I remember from there, it was like in a big container. A bit of salt as well. Yeah. But it was a big container. And it had a load of these eggs in, which was in. I mean, that was like fucking 7 or 8 year old.
Vinegar, innit?
Yeah.
Sometimes they use brown, but
so it was just an egg in vinegar, and then how simple's that? And how nice are they?
Yeah.
And then he used to
people in here
spoon it out with like a ladle, and then he used to put it on a bit of kitchen roll, there you go. And I think they're like 30 pence or something. I mean, we're going back fucking 10 years, 15 years or something. Like, do you know what I mean? But
we what was it now? There's people in here that crunch up a bag of crisp. And I can feel everybody laughing at me now. You know my mates, all them. They're all going to give me so much stick because last time I was on a thing like this, I was banging on about pickled eggs. And honestly,
bring
I've had
back
so much
pickled eggs.
So I know it's coming. But the people scrunch up bags of crisp and drop the egg in so that it gets covered in the crisp and then do that, which is weird. That I don't like that. But yeah, so it has a crunch to it. It's fucking weird. Crunchy egg.
A crunchy egg. Who came up with that?
I don't know.
What kind of crisps? Like cheese and onion or something.
Any. I think salt and vinegar is probably the most popular, I'd imagine, because
you won't have to put salt on.
No one's having a black pudding crisp with a pickled egg on it. Although that sounds fucking good. So
black pudding crisps.
Yeah, that's what we have. Yeah, I've not got any at the minute because
black pudding crisps. Who invented them? I've never had them.
Black pudding and mustard.
I love black pudding.
Yeah, I'd give you a bag, but we've not got any in at the moment.
Can't beat a bit of black pudding. So it's cheese boards, pork scratchings, nuts.
Cheese boards are brilliant.
Yeah, they are. Shit out. What do you get with one of them?
different cheese. We change the cheese all the time. We get all the cheese from the market because it's an absolutely brilliant store. If you've never been, go. It's proper good. Crackers. I think you get 5 different pickles. Depends what we can get all of at the time, and then bit of butter, whatever.
I'll tell you, one of the best cheeses I've ever had. If anybody anybody watches this ever goes to Tenerife, my missus probably.
I went to Tenerife once. It's pretty good actually.
My missus is probably sick of me talking about what I'm going to talk about now. But there's a tapas bar. It's called Pippo's Cafe. It's run by this Finnish lady.
Whereabouts in Tenerife is it?
It's in when you're in Las Americas.
Yeah.
If you like facing the sea, take a right, walk past the McDonald's, and it's not very well lit. It's just past the McDonald's and past a couple of other bars. It's opposite. There's a new bar called Monkey Beach. Opposite there, it's called Pippo's Cafe, and they do like 5 tapas for €27. This ain't a plug, by the way. I don't know the
Have
woman.
you been to Fino in Preston?
No, not
That's
yet.
Brilliant tapas. That should have won.
Well,
best restaurant in
fucking
Preston.
Nando's. But anyway, so this Pippo's Cafe, they do this, 5 tapas or 6. I think it's 6 tapas for €27. Just share it with whoever you go with. Your missus, your mum, your dad, whatever, your mate. But they do this cheese. It's palm cheese with honey. And honestly, Jack,
we have honey on our cheese board. Honey goes really well with cheese. It's brilliant.
When I tell people what do you mean you sick or you putting?
I listen to LBC, and James O'Brien on LBC. He was banging on about honey and cheese. I've got to try it. And it's the best. It's so good. I didn't realise if you have a strong cheese and honey, it's brilliant. Well, we have black sticks on our cheese board all the time because I love strong cheeses, and it's so nice.
Oh, it's mint,
brilliant, yeah. But they do so I'm pointing over there because the market's that direction. They do a cheddar cheese. Not cheddar cheese. What do you call it? Charcoal cheddar.
Right.
And it's bloody brilliant. It's amazing. It's black. It looks like black pudding. It's black with like little white bits in it, and it's banging, honestly. Try it. Go and try it, yeah.
You're a cheese man as well.
Love cheese, yeah.
Stronger than
cheese,
better.
pickled eggs, what not.
That's it. I was saying this on the last podcast as well. I've just done one with a PT. And we were where was I? Cheese.
Yeah, you've just done a podcast with a PT.
Yeah, no, I've lost my train of thought.
Yeah, we're on about cheese.
I've lost my train of thought.
Brilliant podcast, this Byron.
I tell you what, this pilsner, it's fucking great. I'm not even halfway through. Anyway, I've lost my train of thought with that.
I'm going to need this. I'm going to have to go up and get one.
Anyway, so we've got here, I've put down. So you can see my book now. I've not got my magical
thing
to hide it.
I was about to say,
I've not got my picture board to hide it.
I was looking forward to the thing with my name on.
I know, because it's an away day. It's an away day and I've bought everything in a rucksack. Fucking ruined the fun now,
I've not even worn my t-shirt with the little man on.
Oh yeah, we can edit things in. We can edit
the logo.
We can edit the logo into the bottom corner.
Can I hide your book? We'll do it here.
Yeah, that's it. But I've got on my book here in big capital letters, and I'm gonna let you read it.
Oh god! Fucking
so
hell.
This story is one of the funniest fucking things
I couldn't believe it. I absolutely couldn't believe it.
Start off with, I've written down.
I should have put the letter on Instagram because the letter was even better. But
I've written down in big block capital letters here. If you're watching on audio, you probably see my book, but you can't see the. Yeah. So I've written Jesus sign in capital letters. Can you explain the sign? What was on the sign?
I can't remember.
And then what happened?
What did it say now? Alright, I'm a massive Stone Roses fan.
Yeah.
So I put I am the resurrection and I need a pint on the thing. And I thought it was brilliant.
Is there a sign outside of the pub?
Yeah. The A board outside. And I came in one day and it was like a typewriter letter. It was like some serial killer was like
I will get you in the name of the Lord.
You see newspaper, newspaper things stuck to it. Imagine it was like that sort of thing. It was like typewriter.
No, but what? He was like cutting out letters.
No, it was similar to that sort of thing. No, that would have been frightening. Christ, I would have changed it straight away. So it said, your sign outside saying I am the resurrection and I need a pint is deeply offensive and has been reported to South Ribble Borough Council. So I thought, right, I've got to change this. So, my mum actually did it. I didn't do it. I've got to give her the credit for it. We just put not above, so it said, and I still need a pint. So it said, I am not the resurrection, and I still need a pint. But, no, that was it. I'm not the resurrection, but I still need a pint. And I was like...
Did you hear anything back from that? No. I remember when you put that on Instagram, fucking crying.
I think I know who did it, and I'm not entirely certain, but there's a lot of people...
What, did you see him at
because we're on a high street, we get a lot of people dishing out,
you
know, letters and things, and it wasn't done in any reference to the Bible. I'm not religious.
Where did you see him at church next Sunday?
I'm not religious whatsoever. I never even considered it. I just thought everyone knows everyone knows resurrection. Like it's a banging song, and I thought that it was that. Sorry, am I not?
No. I'm just looking at it. It's just jovial.
It was just. It wasn't even. I can't even say like it was done in jest. It was just. I love the Stone Roses. I didn't consider anything else.
So you had
and then I didn't hear anything from it. And I thought that guy's going to kill me. And I know who it was. So every time I went out, he's dishing out his things. So I went out and I made sure that it was facing so that he could see I am not the resurrection, but I still need a pint. Fucking idiot. He ain't gonna be watching this. If he's using a typewriter to have letters, then he ain't watching this. So I can say what I say.
Poor guy.
I didn't do that wrong. So like
lager. One thing I want to talk about. I'm not, and I know a lot of other people won't be as well. And we get fucking slammed for it. Well, we don't get slammed for it, but in my opinion, some ale drinkers get on their fucking high horse about lager drinkers. So,
to be honest,
I'm going to sit here today and I'm going to stand up for the men of the lager
I'm
club.
going to stand up for them all.
Yeah.
Why do people massive style of beer?
Yeah, but why do people get on their high horse about it? But they get annoyed.
It's such a big style of beer.
Look at him in the
it tends to be camera members.
Hugo, look at him in the corner drinking a
tends
to
be old people that drink malty shite beer. Lagers I wouldn't be drinking a lager if it was crap.
No, exactly.
It's a massive,
really nice lager,
massive style of beer, and it's really good. So you get what annoys me about that is that they all love German beers and they all love Belgian beers and things, and most of them are Hells or things like different types of lagers. You've got types of lagers, but they would class them as a lager. This isn't a lager as such, but it's a pilsner. But I don't know, like it's a massive type of beer. You can't say I don't like lager. Cloudwater did a lager. What was it? It's an India Pale Lager IPL, and it was fucking brilliant. And I'm giving it people in here that go, I hate lager, lager louts, blah 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 blah. I was giving it people in here, and they were like, oh, that's good. What is it? And I'm like, it's a lager. Like, it's really nice. It's dead hoppy. Didn't taste like a lager. It was like it was like in between an IPA and a lager. It was brilliant. And but they didn't know that it wasn't a lager, and they were all saying that it was a lager. Sorry, and they were all saying how good it is.
Yeah,
and it is a lager. But yeah, I never criticise people.
You know the kind of people.
I know the kind of people that you're talking about, and I do get what they're talking about in terms of Foster's is shit, Carlsberg, things like that. Fucking crap.
I'm gonna 1 second. You said Carlsberg.
Yeah.
Right.
Reminds me of Warehouse.
Yeah.
So.
I used to live in Denmark, right?
Yeah.
I did just shy of a year living over in Denmark.
Is that what it was? Well.
Yeah, just shy of a year. No, it was ages ago. It was
I remember when it was.
15, 16, But yeah, I was
that long that
when I was living over in Denmark, I was working in a bar called the Old Irish. It's a chain. Big up the Old Irish and Pillar Black. It's like Peter Black, but they pronounce it Pillar.
Pillar. Oh, really?
The D because it's PEDER. But it was like,
really?
You got to pronounce that.
Yeah.
Like the L's, the D's like.
How do you pronounce
that?
Sound like your shit bitch. You've only had it.
Wait, he's called Pillar. Would be. Wait. Yeah. Is it?
Struggling with this,
No.
aren't you?
Han Hiller Pillar. He's called Peter. Han Hiller Pillar.
Right.
But anyway, I was working in Irish Bar over there, and the Carlsberg there, the normal stuff,
Apparently it's brilliant.
4.6%, and
Yeah,
it's a really clean tasting beer.
Yeah.
But then when they bring it over here, it's 3.6.
What it is it's brewed over here.
Yeah. They're
Is that all it is? 3.6.
over here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But over there,
I don't know
over
what
there
the
it's
standard-
4.6.
What's
So
Foster's?
what we
3.8?
have here, no 4.
Is it?
Yeah, what we have over here, Carlsberg wise, at 3
Brewed
points.
in, I think it's brewed
Edinburgh.
Is it Edinburgh?
Edinburgh, yeah.
Basically, you've got different waters. People don't realise that you've got different waters for beer.
Yeah.
So a lot of the good breweries, like we did it when we went and brewed KLKL that's on at the moment.
Yeah.
In Rivington.
What does that stand for?
Cool. Basically, we got talking about MSN when we were brewing it with him.
Yeah.
You know, like nudging people and stuff like that on MSN.
BRB.
And it was cool.
Come to come.
That's it,
ASL.
Yeah, like that sort of thing. Yeah, with like lol emojis. You know, they're like fucking flashed and stuff. Yeah, that sort of stuff. Yeah, like getting home and like being like, I'll see you on MSN, and then having the webcam.
Yeah.
You couldn't hear people.
Come to come.
Couldn't hear them.
Come to come. Flash.
Couldn't hear what they were saying. You could just see them too. Like, all right, typing away. Like, what the fuck's the point in that? But it was cool. That's all it means.
Right.
Like, but I always thought there was a W in it. I'm sure it was KWL, and I reckon that's what we did it last year with them when we opened Plug and Taps, and then we've done it this year with them. Hopefully, we'll do it once a year.
Yeah.
And it's a brilliant beer. And this year we treated the water. This is the reason that I got on this lighthouse. My dad stood outside watching, so he's going to need the keys. He needs the keys. Sorry, can I pause this a sec?
Go. Just watch that wire when you're coming back over.
Yeah.
Slight pause. But as you can see, when we're here, we've got the Raven, which is a bourbon milk stout. Plug the beers. Postcard from Purgatory. We've got
really good beers.
We've got an A up. That's like the most northern sounding beers in the world, which is just here. And we've got DDH, the KLKL, which we've just been talking about, and the pilsner, which me and Jack have been supping. Hi mate, you all right? The boss is here now.
He's not the boss. Never gonna be it. Right,
See you later, mate.
Do you want a bit? Sorry,
Yeah, you can do.
halfway through it, just like I'm gonna pour it.
No, it's all right. No problem.
Have you had any breakfast usually? No. Mentioned before it. It's gonna be a cheap day.
I had some Weetabix and a bit of toast.
I'm gonna go chicken barbecue after this. They open on a Sunday.
Do they?
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's so good.
Chicken barbecue for anybody who doesn't
Everyone's
know.
gonna be like, how's this lad?
Yeah, I know.
All he does is eat pickled eggs, cheese, and chicken.
You've got the best metabolism in the world. It can probably catch you pouring these pints. There you go. That's how Jack pours his pints. But yeah,
Not very well.
if you are in the
He's
northwest,
got no head.
if you are in the northwest of England and you ever visit our town of Leyland, there is a sandwich shop called Chicken Barbecue, and it is.
Yeah, sorry, you did say not to reference too many places.
It's very good. No, it's all right. We're trying to bring tourism to Leyland.
Trying to bring them in.
Make Leyland great again.
I'm gonna start wearing the red hat. Yeah, I'm gonna be a fascist and all for it.
Mate, we should get them made. What we might MALA Mala. We should get
So go with that one.
Make Leyland great again.
Yeah, we've got a brilliant commercial museum as well, apparently, although I've never been. So go.
Back actually.
Can't even remember what I was on
Quick
about
one.
now.
MSM, the KLK,
Yeah.
well, that KLKL beer. But back a quick story.
Right, it
about,
was the water, wasn't it? I was on
Yeah,
that.
the water,
I'll tell you in a
yeah.
sec, yeah.
But quick story about MSM. I remember once, me and my friend. Well, I got my my lip ripped off by my dog. You see that little scar there?
Yeah, I remember you telling me about
I
this
got my
before, so,
lip
yeah.
ripped off by my dog years ago. I must have been about 13, 14.
Your dog once ripped Adam's jeans.
This is the same dog. Yeah, the same dog.
Jack Russell. That's what it was. I remember it. It was funny as fuck.
That's what his name was. He was a right little aggressive fucker.
Non-uniform day.
Yeah, on non-uniform
ripped
day.
his jeans.
Yeah, he looked like a fucking goth when he went in that day. Adam was watching this like, yeah, little bastard. I'm glad he's dead now. He got put down, Adam, don't worry.
And my brother was the first person to wear ripped knee jeans, and it was Byron's dog that ripped them.
But yeah, I was on MSN. My dog Patch the fucker. He ripped my lip off, and I went cam to cam with one of my mates, Mark. As soon as it happened, you'll know Mark
Reynolds.
Yeah. Name drop.
Yeah, Chinese Mark. He's gonna laugh at that.
But I went cam to cam with Mark, and my lip was hanging off from here to here. And I had like, if you're watching on audio, literally half an inch, like that much, my lip was hanging on by. And I was going to rip it off, but I didn't. And he was like, what the fuck's happened? And I was like, because you can't hear each other. It's not like Skype or FaceTime now. I was like, ooh, look at this. And he's like, what the fuck's happened? I said, my dog's just ripped my lip off. He said, what are you going to do? I said, I might just rip it off.
They'd have probably ate your dog, Mark.
Yeah. So. Wow. Anyway, so yeah, that was MSN. On to the next thing.
Can't wait to tag him in this. Mark looks Chinese, by the way, if you're wondering on this. Yeah.
So, I read something. I don't know how much, if you know much about this, but for every pint, say for example, for every pint what gets sold at £3, the government takes £1.
They take 20% off fulls in VAT, so I don't know. My maths isn't good enough to work that out. It won't be £1, it'll be about 60p, won't it?
Yeah, they're ripping people off. And on the subject of ripping people off,
oh, you're going to get me on politics now, Byron?
No, not politically. Yeah, pub politics maybe. Do you think some pubs do take the piss?
It's difficult for me
like,
to say. I know all the background.
Like if you go into Preston City Centre, I think some of them genuinely
there's a really good pub in Preston City Centre called Plug and Taps, and they don't take the piss.
No, they don't take the piss.
The beer is really good in there. So
honestly,
go to Plug and Taps.
If you're ever in Preston,
it's on Loon Street.
If you're ever in Preston, maybe you're coming to watch a championship away day and you're in Preston, and you're looking for your fans to have a nice.
Actually, that's now listed as one of the away friendly pubs.
Is it?
Yeah. There's a guy who comes in here. His mum works for the police and has listed us as very kindly as an away pub. We had a load of Nottingham Forest fans in. We get a lot of away fans in here as well.
Yeah.
And we always get Wolves in here and West Brom. And the people that come in here that are away fans are always sound. And the same in Preston. And they were bouncing Nottingham Forest fans. And there's loads of we've got North End posters all in the toilets and that. I don't know if you've been in or not. All the wall in the toilets in the men's is all just covered in North End stuff. Yeah, obviously it's got plastic over it.
You're Reds, aren't you?
Yeah.
Your dad as well, yeah.
Yeah, well that's why I mean that because he brought me up. But my brother now supports North End. Just can't blame him for that.
Adam does.
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah.
Does he have like?
Since we opened Preston, there's so many people going there that are North End fans and stuff. And
do you blame him? You get signals at the minute.
I don't give him stick for it. Like I want North End to do well. You know, I consider myself not a North End fan because.
But you like to see him do well.
He's one of close.
Yeah. Well, I agree with that as well.
I'm a United fan, but
it just fucking tears your hair out, though, doesn't it? At the minute, honestly, I could do a full fucking podcast. I think I want to get a podcast.
Hopefully, we'll sign Bruno Fernandes and we'll sign. I want to sign Harry Maguire.
Yeah, no, so do I.
He's banging. And he's a good player. He's one that I'm not going to start getting into football.
Honestly, what I was thinking of doing is getting a podcast with like me and maybe 3 other Reds.
Yeah. Do you ever watch? Is it the United Stand?
No, with Goldbridge. With Mark Goldbridge. He's got to be parodied. Yeah. He's got to be parodied. I know.
Mark
Goldbridge has got to be. He's funny though.
United People's TV. That's the better podcast. That's brilliant. Watch that.
You know about Full Time Devils?
No, there's United People's TV, and you've got like members of it and stuff, and it's
right.
But like they've got like nearly 500,000 followers now on YouTube or whatever, subscribers on.
Will they have a podcast, do they?
Yeah, it's
Well,
brilliant.
let's not plug
Watch
their
it.
fucking
They do.
podcast
I think
then.
they do 3 a day. Yeah, that's not. No, watch that at the same time as watching this.
Well, watch
Obviously,
this and then
watch
watch
this
that.
and then go on that if you're a United fan.
I'm joking.
Yeah. They just, to be honest, they just moan about how bad United are on it, but
Well, they're not too far on.
No,
But
they're not,
like I
yeah.
was saying, we'll.
can't remember what I was on about now.
Well, we was on about ripping people off. But plug and taps don't rip
plug and
people
taps
off.
don't do
They
that.
do not rip people
Tim
off.
Martin rips his workers
Yeah,
off,
on the
but-
pub around.
and the people that he buys off. But
But he does cheap burgers.
yeah, but they're shite, so don't go. Come here and get a cheese board instead.
It's like a game of
The
ping
fucking
pong.
hell, I know, yeah, do you work for him? Are you on commission or something?
I told you I'd get
Oh,
one off you. Weatherspoon, sponsor me, please.
I think-
Get me off them building sites.
Is that what you did? I didn't know that was what you did.
I'm a painter and decorator.
It's a difficult one because different pubs have different rates. I think places that are wedding venues and things like that and serve.
Yep.
I love Guinness, and places that serve Guinness poorly shouldn't be allowed. And I hate Surge Guinness. And when I went somewhere the other month even, and I think they were charging. It was £4. This is in Leyland, a place in Leyland. It's a place that we went to for a wedding do, and it was really good, and I ended up absolutely hammered. That's another story I can tell you later on. And they were charging £4 for a can of Guinness, the Surge can things, where you pour them, it's flat, and you press the button. You're like, that is taking the piss, because that was a club, and it's in Leyland, the rates aren't going to be that high, they're not going to have many overheads, like, just because it's a wedding, you don't need to charge £4 for it.
Yeah.
It's like, the place will know who they are if they're watching. Probably won't be. Like, not that it's a shit podcast, by the way.
Yeah,
but I would imagine the people that are running it aren't going to be watching.
Here's a quick tip. As I mentioned earlier in the podcast, I'm a very, very stingy man. If you're going to a wedding, what you've got to do, you've got to suss the venue before you go. Like for the evening, suss the venue. So I'm talking bush search, like looking where the best bushes are closest to the thing, the best stashing spots. The best thing to do is buy, like a day before the wedding, buy a case of lager or ale or Guinness, whatever you want to drink. Get what you want, take it, put it in the bush the day before, or if there's a nice sized car park, just put it under your thing. Buy 1 pint of the lager or the ale or whatever, and then just keep going back to the bush to. Because most of these venues, they don't have bouncers. Well, that's the best thing to do. That's what I did the last wedding I went to. Bought a case of lager. Fuck you, ale drinkers. Yeah. I'm joking. I've not got nothing against them. We're in the market ale house and slagging off ale drinkers.
It's mostly camera members that moan about that. So.
Yeah, but when it comes to like going in a venue and you say, "Oh, can I have a pint of whatever? I'll have a pint of San Miguel, please." Oh, that's £6-7.
Yeah,
Fuck
well, it depends.
off.
Like people criticise London for taking the piss.
It's not that expensive.
Like,
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is. And you're like, do you know what? The rates are going to be absolutely phenomenal. There's a reason that they're charging that, and it's because the business rates, the overheads are going to be massive.
Well, yeah.
I'm trying not to get too political. But,
and vote Labour!
No, don't put them. The other ones, the blue ones that are horrible.
I said vote Labour!
I thought you said fuck
I'm
Labour.
joking.
I was like, hey.
I've got no political views.
I do, but
You
I'm not
do.
allowed to say them. I try, to be honest, I avoid as much as I can behind the bar anyway.
Yeah, you just got to keep, I don't know.
Sometimes people are coming over and being
Do you
racist
ever
and
like
things
fall
like
out
that.
with people over stuff like that?
Oh, I fall out with people all the time over it, yeah.
But would they stop coming in because...
People probably have, yeah. But
What can you do?
if you're a racist and a fascist, then I don't really want you in here anyway, so.
Yeah. But you can't. But at the same time.
Well, you can't have everybody leaving.
Yeah.
But
You can't tolerate. It's like saying actually, we're not even going to go down there. We won't. No, because it'll drag on. I'll go on.
yeah, I'm not saying that everybody that votes a certain way.
Yeah, everyone who votes right is a racist.
No, yeah, I'm not saying that.
No.
because then you
It's
start
like saying every white man's a rapist, you know what I mean? Or every white man's this. You know where I'm going with this.
But I think, without trying to get too political, if you're... In fact, I'm not going to say what I'm going to say.
We'll leave it.
I'll let you move on. Yeah, because I mean that's
I'll tell you what. How is it running? How is it running, this pub?
It's good. It's good. The people that come in are brilliant. Everyone's dead nice. The staff. I'm expecting Thomas to turn up in a sec. Actually, so
he's all right.
He should be here in a minute. So he's going to be getting a bollocking because he's late. I've got his keys though, so I can't say too much because I was the one that opened up late to let us in. No, it's brilliant. The people that come in are ace, and it makes it a lot better when you've got people that come in that you like. I never ever get up and think, oh, I really can't be arsed today. I do, when I'm absolutely hanging out my arse, but I never...
Mate, you actually look a lot better now you've had like a pint.
Yeah, I needed a couple of beers.
I
needed it, but to be honest, I was still a bit pissed. I went to Cosmopolitan in Chorley, and the cocktails are so strong, but they're really, really nice. My girlfriend works there, so now. She's only just started there, and the cocktails race. Where was I? I was on about how much I like working here, weren't I? And we have music. We always have live music on a Sunday. And I love live music. We do weekends of once a month now. We're going to start doing it where we have a weekend just full of live music. It's great.
I was going to ask you about that.
It's a proper good laugh. Yeah, we have a drink whilst we're working. Obviously we don't get absolutely smashed, but
that's what
I'll
I like.
leave my car and we join in with everybody and we pick the songs and it means that we have a really good time.
Do you have music on now then? Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember me and you. Yeah. Me and Jack.
It was a lot different.
Yeah,
then,
when we worked here, it was kind of like, you're gonna fucking hate me for this, but it was like Wetherspoon's no music on, weren't it?
Yeah,
and I do understand why they do it in there because it gives it more. People need to start speaking to people again. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people our age group, we're in our 20s.
Yeah.
And the people between like 18 and 21 now, I think as a nation we're becoming very disconnected. Whatever that's down for, I'm not too sure, but you do have, I think it is quite like a generation thing. If you have two very outgoing parents, then you will become outgoing.
My mum and dad were really outgoing.
So was my parents,
pubs and things, and we've always...
My mum...
In fact, actually, when I was at school, everybody always said, you're going to have a pub, and I was like, no, I won't have a pub, Here he is now. Had an haircut and all, hasn't he, as lad?
There he is.
Camera's there, mate.
It's alright, go over, say hello if you want, mate.
Hello. Come on.
Say hello.
This is Thomas who works here.
So the pub opens in half an hour and he's just come on shift.
He's turned up now. He's turned up on time, so that's good. Yeah, not like me. I had to borrow his keys to let us in. What was I talking about?
But yeah, we was talking about like, is it a generation thing? Like, it does. I think it does depend on your parents. Like
I don't think people drink as much now as what
a lot of people drink indoors, but I think that's more dangerous.
That's worse.
I think it is a lot more dangerous.
I don't think supermarkets should be supported as much as what they are in terms of drink. Supermarkets shouldn't be able to sell drinks a lot cheaper. I know obviously we've got our overhead, so we will always be more expensive than supermarkets, and pubs will.
Yeah.
Because we've got electric, we've got lights, we've got rates, yeah. Even they're more expensive.
Apart from Timothy.
even good old Tim, even he's more expensive than supermarkets.
Yeah.
And supermarkets shouldn't be allowed to sell booze as cheap as what they do, because then you get people drinking unmonitored at home.
And that's where binge Britain begins.
Yeah, and that's where it's not. I think 16-year-olds should be allowed to drink in pubs. I think with somebody over 21, what's the issue? I think.
Yeah.
And then you've got two responsible people keeping an eye on, because it's ridiculous saying that 16-year-olds don't drink, because they do.
In Denmark, they have this weird thing.
It happens all across Europe.
Yeah, they have. And I think it's in Sweden as well. Don't quote me on this, but I'm sure it's like you're allowed to drink from the age of 16 in Denmark. I think you're allowed to drink anything what's 4% or below.
Yeah.
And then when you turn 18, you're allowed to drink and buy. Sorry, you're allowed to drink stuff what's from 4 to I think 12%.
Yeah.
Then anything after 21, you can buy like all the hard liquor.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
stuff.
Like like bottles of vodka,
if
bottles
you're
of rum.
drinking, if you're drinking cider, if you're drinking wine, beer, sort of front of house things. What's the issue? If you're 16, 17, then and you've got your person that you're with.
Yeah.
Who should be over 21? I think you don't have to crawl around before you fucking know it. What are you doing? Sorry, Thomas has just crawled along the floor.
Camera.
Yeah. I think, like, spirits, I can understand the arguments about. You know, if you've got a 16-year-old slamming down whiskies and stuff like that's a different argument. But I think if you're having a quiet pint with your dad or your granddad, like, what's the fucking issue?
Otherwise, they're just going to get white cider
Yeah,
like
exactly,
I did.
yeah.
White cider at 14 like I did.
Exactly
Or
like-
Tenant Super, I would drink going on the park and getting
obviously,
fucking
I'm not
blasted.
saying 16-year-olds come in here and drink. 'Cause don't
No.
do that because
ID.
we're not going to serve you. We are going to ID you. Anybody who looks under 25 is going to get IDs. But I think, what's the issue? Like, surely that's better than going like, right, you're 18, go.
Yeah.
Because
go and get
like,
fucking
when you're 18,
loose.
you go to uni, you can do whatever you fucking want. Basically, everyone is just
Yeah.
like, that's it. You're 18 now. Bye.
Yeah.
Push off, and that's where you get, I think, a nation of people that don't know how to drink.
Yeah. I think that's where... I mean, when we were younger, we were all underage drinking.
Everybody
How
did
old was
it.
you when
Well,
you,
we all went
how
to
old was you when
parties.
you started going out and started drinking? 14, 15?
50, yeah, 14,
That's what I mean.
15, yeah,
So
probably
then we've got
15,
like
I'd
3
say,
years
yeah.
of practice before we get into the pubs.
Yeah, exactly. You're like 3 years of practice drinking shit stuff.
I don't
You're like, surely you should be doing it in the pub where you're probably going to be drinking when you're older. Most of the time, like, I don't drink at home at all. I've got a fridge full of beer at home, and I just don't fucking touch
I think it can get
Bring it
dangerous.
here, to be honest.
I think it can get dangerous when you're at home, and this is something I was speaking with Tom about on the last podcast, and I'll remember this one. We were speaking about like the obesity levels and stuff in Britain, and I was saying when you walk into Tesco, the first thing you see to the right hand side is alcohol and cans of full fat Coke. To the left, and then to the right hand side you'd see a big stand full of cakes and stuff, and then a bit further on you'd see Krispy Kreme. You know, the product placement. We was talking about getting the nation getting fitter in general, but the product placement is piss poor. But that
product placement is always going to be piss poor because it's what you're going to buy, isn't
but
it?
What I was saying was, I mean, we won't go too deep into it because I spoke about it on the last podcast, but the government should be doing something to kind of help. You know, we've got obesity, right? Okay, where do we start first? Everyone's going into supermarkets to buy food, and then
I mean,
we've got a drinking problem.
The hitting drink massively though. You see dry
but
January,
you know why?
Stoptober.
Yeah, no, but they're doing it just to make. In my opinion, they love it. They'll let as the Tesco anybody.
Get too political,
no,
Jack.
no. They will let them promote that because the biggest income of tax in this country, I think, allegedly, is alcohol and cigarettes. So of course they're going to promote fucking
Alcohol's
food. The government are going to be fine.
I know how much
they're
we
going to
pay
be fine
in
with
tax,
that.
obviously,
but like
it's fucking big.
Yeah,
and especially now we've opened 2 places that are busy. We pay a lot in tax, so alcohol must be way up the agenda. But they've got to also weigh up what the cost is on the NHS, so that's why they're hitting so much on trying to stop people drinking. So you've got dry January and Stoptober, and nobody ever thinks like the pubs are affected by this. If you're doing dry January, still come in and get a Coke or a soft drink, or
prove how strong your willpower really is.
Yeah, you've still got to come. You can't.
You selling non-alcoholic? Beers?
Yeah, we have non-alcoholic pilsner. It's banging. It tastes just like a normal lager. You wouldn't know it was non-alcoholic.
Apparently, that non-alcoholic Heineken's meant to be like pretty much Heineken.
Like, apparently, I don't know. I've not had an alcoholic palate. Yeah. But like, the Veltins that we've got is really good. It's it's full on 0%. A lot of non-alcoholic beers are like 0.5, or I think it's up to 0.5 that the limit is. That's full on 0%. Yeah, Thomas is doing it this month where he's not drinking, but he's still coming out and supporting the pubs and having a brew, a Coke, anything. Martin's here now. This is Martin that I was on about before. Is your dad here at all? Come in, like. No, not come in because of this. Well, you can come in. Yeah.
Entertainment-wise, in here, it's a nice little intimate venue, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So you have a lot of acoustic.
Yeah.
In here. What kind of entertainment do you do?
These two.
Oh, you fella, you're all right.
Sorry about these two. They're a nightmare. They're a pain in the arse.
It's where I need a cameraman.
Yeah.
It's just in one position.
It has to be more chill out if we're doing podcast wheels.
But your entertainment in here, mainly acoustic.
Yeah,
what else
predominantly.
Do you do?
We've had bands on before. I'm hoping to get Byrons on. So
Danny, are you listening?
Yeah, Danny should be listening because I watched his podcast. So
get it over the line.
Right, he's a nightmare. The amount of times this is me talking to you now, Danny. The amount of times I've booked him and then he's gone, oh shit, I forgot you booked me for an acoustic set. It must have taken you ages.
Honestly,
to get
with
on.
me, smooth transaction. Cheers, Danny.
He just don't like me.
If you don't know who Danny is, if you go back to the first podcast, he's the lead singer.
It's funny. It's good.
He's the lead singer of the band Byrons.
Yeah.
And I interviewed him.
And so I'm trying to do it where we've got Danny Marn. I don't know if you've heard of Danny before.
Was he playing at Leyland Festival?
No, he supported Cortinas and that. Like he's brilliant. He's dead good bloke. Me and Martin, who's just walked in now, we're going to Star and Garter to watch him next week. He's brilliant. And then a lad called Adam Farnworth, who's really good, and then Toca Benito, who I was meant to watch at the Ferret last night, but I didn't go.
Too busy wanking on them cocktails.
Yeah, I went, but it took me an hour and a half on the train because Northern are brilliant.
Another podcast.
Yeah, political podcast. And Byrons. So it should be a good day. We're going to have to move the furniture and stuff to try and get more people in. And I'll speak to the police for a later licence and stuff. Hoping for October, end of October.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it'll happen or not. But
that's good.
Hopefully, everybody's up for it. I just need to get everybody together to sort it out. Hopefully, we'll have a flying pig pizza outside as well. Have you had their pizzas?
No.
Oh, brilliant.
Good.
Really good.
Like a pop-up pizza
Martin
place.
Stringfellow, I don't know if you and Dave as well. The pizza's race, really good.
Spot on.
If you're watching, get a flying pig pizza. They're good.
Last thing I want to talk about, trouble in your venue. Obviously, it's quite a small venue. Actually, no, it's not the last thing. I'm going to get on to the last thing. I'm going to bring this up first. We're going to get on to trouble, don't you worry. This fucking pilsner, what's it doing to me? No. Celebrity guests in here.
I knew you were going to bring this up, Dave Spikey, your mate. I can't believe I've met you.
So, growing up, I have always been, so have you.
Phoenix Nights,
Peter Kay,
brilliant,
you know,
Dave
love it.
Spikey. Byron loves a bit of Dave Spikey.
Being Northern. So me and Jack are working behind this bar here, and I turned to Jack and I was like, fucking hell, Jack, he says, what? So I'm sure that's Dave Spikey. He went, shut up. I said, Dave Spikey. And he looked, he went, is it actually him? And I was like, Jack, that's him. And I said, he's coming now. He's coming. He's like a little schoolgirl, isn't he? And he comes in around me. I was like, if people
comes in quite a bit, by the way, now.
If people don't know who Dave Spikey is, if you've watched Phoenix Nights,
it's Jerry the Berry.
Jerry the Berry, yeah. So he's coming to the bar. I was like, who's serving him? Me and you were going, you serve him. I was like, no, you serve him. Go on, you serve him. I was like, right, I'll serve him. And I fucking crumbled like a stack of cards. He come to the bar and he said, I'll have that.
Putting his back down.
What would you like? He says, I said, what would you like? What would you like? And he said, I'll have, for example, I'll have a Raven bourbon milk stout, please. I said, all right. I looked him dead in the eye. I knew it was him. I said, Are you Dave Spikey?
That was what you said. I love your stuff. That was what you said.
I said, are you Dave Spikey? He went, yeah. But he looked embarrassed for some reason. I thought it'd be quite outgoing.
He's a proper nice bloke.
Yeah. I think you're a bit. I think you're a bit flat. And you Dave Spikey, yeah. And then I turned and I said the most cringy thing ever said. I love the. I love what you do. I love what you do growing up. And I was like, oh my god!
Still just pissing my pants. What the fuck is this lad doing? They've sent him down from the railway. I've known him for ages. What is he doing?
Met Dave Spikey, and I shook his hand. I
know. Yeah.
But honestly, it was
turned around to me and I was like, Byron lad.
That
was bad.
It was such a fanboy moment.
I once met Phil Neville. Martin, who's just walked in. I told you fucking loads of stories with him. A massive Everton fan, and obviously I'm a United fan. So he's actually got a proper good job. You wouldn't believe it, but he's got a proper good job. And he works for a steel erecting firm, and through them he got us some tickets for United and Everton. But his boss has been. He knows Sir Alex Ferguson and all them lot is like good mates to him, and he's had a box at Old Trafford for years, and his boss's daughter is married to Phil Neville.
Right.
So we went to the Hotel of Football opposite. It said like, oh yeah, we know Bob Kinley, straight up to like top floor. Yes, how like you go through? And Phil Neville walked in.
I hope you crumbled.
I was like you. Honestly, I was full on like you. Honestly, I can't believe I've met you. I was absolutely hammered. I couldn't stand up.
You're the best blood.
I didn't have much to eat, and then went out round Manchester. Started on like 6% beers, and like I was fucking steaming.
Hammered when you met him?
Oh, absolutely shit faced. And I met his boss. His boss is a multi-million-pound lad. You know, like he's had a box at Old Trafford for the last 25 years. Like I say, good mates with Alex Ferguson. And so I met him staggering about. What City were playing at the time. I can't remember who they're playing now, but it was a big thing, and it was a big match because obviously City and Liverpool were fighting for the league title at the time. And I'm stood there. I remember watching the TV. And standing back and being like, I didn't expect to do that. Like, you know, you're like staggering. Like, all I'm trying to do is stand still now. Like focusing so much on standing still. And I knew that Bob was watching me. Like, who's this lad that he's brought with him? And so later on, we met Phil Neville, and I'm there like, I can't believe I've met you. I can't believe I've met you. You're biggest shaking his hand. Like, I prefer your brother, but he's a better footballer. But not as good a manager. And then he went into work on the Monday, and first thing
who that fucker?
Said Bob Kinley were already in. Yeah, he said he's proper northern Bob, like full on like flat carpet, a long coat on, all this. Like, I think he has actually got a whip it.
My mum never got a whip it.
And he turned around and was like, "Hey, Martin," as he walked past the office. Jack's got me in so much trouble. Bearing in mind, by the way, can I say, we'd snuck into VIP lounge at Old Trafford, me and him.
You're proper milking it then.
Like we walked in, we had good seats because obviously it was paid by Martin's whatever customer. And so as we were leaving, I'm pissed and confident. I said, "Oh, come on, let's go through there. Everyone's going through there." And so we walked through this thing, and the bouncer's like, "All right, lads, yeah, all right, yeah," just like we knew him. Yeah, Sam, go through. Just walk, let us through. Who was it? Ex-United player was doing a speech. Can't remember who it was now. It's going on. I was fucking hammered, and got free buffet, all that lot. We just walked in. Later on, the next day, his boss pulled him aside, and I was like, "Fucking hell!" He told me the story. I thought he's going to get fucking sacked. You know, like, we've just been taking the piss at Old Trafford, basically. And his boss says, He turns around and goes, in fact, he can tell the story. His boss turns around and goes, hey, did he get home alright? Did you make sure he got home alright? I'm talking about when we watched United Everton and met Phil Neville. And I'm like, yeah, a bit excited. Yeah, honestly, like, fucking bad. I don't think I've ever been that pissed in my life. He's a fucking idiot, him. Same before, earlier on in the podcast, I was just saying about how we'd done stupid. In fact, it was before the podcast, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We jumped over fucking mum. We did the Grand National and shit like that. Bad, dude. It's his fault.
Last thing.
Trouble. I knew you were going to say
It's trouble.
Yeah.
Have you had much in here? Because it is quite like... It's quite like... It's got a nice community feel in here. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's friendly to everyone.
Everybody sticks up for each other.
That's it. Everyone's friendly. Everyone's friendly, aren't they? And even if like an outsider comes into here, then everyone's welcome. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Strangers will speak to strangers.
Yeah, they do. Like, everybody just gets on. Like, he's talkative, unfortunately, because you might have to deal with him if you come in. Like, he's talkative, unfortunately. If you come in, you might have to deal with him. You know where I'm going with this. Yeah. Everybody's chatty. Apart from the guy who turned up last week and stole somebody's glasses, and he hadn't been drinking here, he'd been drinking in another place.
Sunglasses.
Yeah,
well, was he drinking in Tim's gaff?
Yeah, no, he hadn't been in. Oh, Joyce is here. You might want to stop the podcast for a minute, mate.
So at this part of the podcast, we had to move locations in the pub because the pub had just opened and a few people had come in. So we had to move around some wires and stuff. So here we go, on to the second half of the pod.
Right, we're back again. We've moved location now.
Moved place.
We've moved place. I've got another beer in because the pub's open.
So, yeah.
Pub's open, isn't it? We're in the...
So everybody's going to be listening to us now. Listen to me talk shit.
Yeah. It's kind of like a live one now. Live podcast. So we may have people coming in as well.
Yeah.
We may have people coming in and joining in. So if it happens,
the fact that I'm going to encourage that.
Before opening, we were talking about trouble. Do you get much in here?
Not really, but we had a little bit. Well, we never get trouble. You don't have to go quiet, by the way. You can continue your conversations. Had a little bit of trouble last week. But you don't need to listen. You can listen to it next week when you watch Byrons' podcast. Byrons World.
YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, Apple Podcasts.
Everything. What else can't you think of?
Any outlet. Byrons World. Byrons World podcast.
You won't need to share it because I'm going to put it on the LS page. So you won't need to search it. Yeah. Yeah, trouble. We don't really get any. We've had the odd bit, and last week we had a little bit of trouble because somebody hadn't been drinking here, had been drinking another pub, drinking shorts, and came over.
How do you know he's drinking shorts?
Because his mum came in the next day and told me.
He's on shorts. It's a nightmare when he's on the shorts.
Yeah, that was what she said.
Jesus.
She said, like, normally the lad isn't that bad, but apparently last night, that night he was, yeah. And he came over and took somebody's sunglasses off the head. And there was a bit of a ruckus. A bit of a ruckus. Yeah, I'm pointing to Subway.
Yeah, out the front of the pub, there's like a seated area as well.
Yeah, and he'd been at Subway across the road.
It's in the daytime.
It was 6:30 last Sunday, yeah. Ish. And about. And he came over and took somebody's sunglasses off their head, and there was a bit of a ruckus and then a little bit of a fight. But to be honest, we got in there pretty quick. If there's anything, to be honest, I'd literally just come in for a pint, and it was just typical that I'd come in for a beer when it happened, because otherwise I could have nipped it in the bud, really, just got it out of the way. But I'd come in for a pint. If I was sat out there all day with them, and it was just typical that the one time that I'd come inside, they were there. They come over and cause trouble. So I can't talk too much about it because, like I said, I don't want to drop myself into trouble. And the other one was, the other one, we've only had like 2 incidents.
I was going to say it's not really
not the place for it.
It's not come in and kick off.
We've had a couple. So like I said, another one was when some teachers are coming from Runshaw.
Local college in the area.
And they just finished for the summer, and there was a bit of a kick off outside. Big one sat just here, literally at this table here. Big lad Stevie, fucking well sound guy. He came over. He's 6'6", built like a brick shit house. He used to do doors in Newcastle and stuff like that. Done doors all over really. And he came and sorted it out for me. So that was solved. And then another one was just before we took over. So we took over in the June, and this was in the December before. Somebody had accused somebody of stealing the dog. The bloke who walked past before, I don't know if you saw him or not. He's only my size, the guy. A lad that kicked off with him were 6 foot odd, big bloke. Accused him of stealing his dog. And he hadn't stolen his dog, but it was just... The guy who'd done it was... whatever it was. He'd accused him of stealing his dog, and after a bit of an argument inside, and good half hour or whatever later, said, right, come on, we'll go outside. What the guy who instigated it didn't realise was that the guy who had started on, or the guy who'd accused, was a UK champion in Taekwondo on the second down. Taekwondo, so as soon as he walked outside, one punch. That was all there was. One punch and knocked him out. Clean out, bang, going outside. On Christmas Eve. So,
Mr. Strange, was it?
No. I don't think so.
That's the only there's kickboxing guy in Leyland, in our little town in Lancashire.
I'm saying
I've got to. Because some people who've never
from
fucking
Lancashire,
been here,
by the way. Little town in Lancashire.
We will build the tourism through this channel of the town of Lancashire.
You know when you tell it you drink too much and you fucking drink it down.
Fucking spilling it all over this man.
I'm leathered now, by the way. I was out last night and I've had a few pints today. It's right back in my system.
Fucking hairs of the dog at this
here
point.
I am, yeah.
But there was I said about Mr. Strange because he was like a kickboxing champion. He's from Leyland. A lot of good things have come out of Leyland actually. Leyland Daft. Have you ever seen
Phil Jones? Phil Jones is from Leyland.
Need to get him on the pod, but I don't think he'll.
Yeah, no, I don't think he'll do it.
Not
you went to school with you in the same year,
I know. I went to school with Phil, and he was a good lad in school, but I don't think I could get him on. Because of United, though.
Yeah, he's too big. Daddy's there now, isn't he?
You really think his agent let him come on this?
Oh, excuse me.
Tell you what, Phil. Byron wants you to go down to Ale House with him and film a podcast. Yeah.
That's biting here.
It's not
going to busy when he comes.
Not going to happen, is it?
No, it will.
Apparently, one of the people who made the Matrix from our town as well.
Yeah, Kim Library. That's his name. He was one of the special effects people from the Matrix.
It was all over Balshaws at the time.
He was in Balshaws.
School
we went to.
School that we went to.
School,
so you're listening in Scandinavia, you're listening in the south of the country.
Not like
Wellfield or St Mary's
or
went to.
Schools. Non-Sibby said at least.
That means not. Do you remember what it means?
Yeah, it does. It means not for oneself, but for others. Yeah,
I actually really like that.
It's a proper good saying, actually. Latin. There's an American bloke who goes in plug and taps, and we were explaining it to him yesterday.
Was the guy who used to go in railway?
No, he's
from
Virginia. Yeah, I know you mean. You're on about American Craig. He's actually from Exton, but yeah.
It's from Exton?
Yeah.
Well, he just moved there?
Yeah, he moved to America, yeah. Yeah, American Craig. From Exton, right? Have you not? Might be watching, so I'll say to him. He's a nice guy.
American Craig.
Yeah. Anyway, I love Craig.
Howdy, Craig.
Yeah. There's an American bloke who goes in plug and taps. He's from Virginia, and we were trying to explain to him yesterday that not for oneself, but for others. Just don't fucking get it.
Yeah, it'd be...
No, I ain't got a script. I just fucking talk.
Just talk on these.
Go, motor mouth. Wait till you've got...
After an hour.
You'll see the waves dwindle on the
Let's
laptop.
get this man on. Come on.
Martin,
Join
come
us.
here.
Go and join us.
Come on, tell us some of your tales. Why?
Actually, I'll tell you what. That'll be a good thing. Actually, to get you on and tell your opinion on the pub.
Yeah, but you've got to say good things, though.
You don't have to. You say what you want. Come here.
Come on.
Jack, you get out of that chair.
Have a puff on your e-cig.
You have a puff on your e-cig. Get him off. And get it. Do it a rolling substitute. No, don't you worry. Don't worry. It's only recording.
Oh, no.
There's a guy, anyone who's watching is wondering. He said, some guy who sat at the bar just said, I'm not meant to be here. It's not fucking recording me, is it?
We're not using the CCTV. We're not using that.
No.
Come on, Martin, sit down. Don't be such a fucking idiot.
Come on, you budge up a bit. So we can catch him on the right. No, yeah. You budge on there. You get on here. Here we go. I'll tell you, this is spiraling. This podcast now. Here we go.
I'm not the world's best at talking shit.
Second best.
What's your name? What's your name? What's your story?
Who are you talking to?
I'm the universe's best at talking shit.
What's your name?
Martin.
Martin.
What's your name? Where'd you come from?
Yeah.
What we am?
Welcome.
Price is right.
Oh, that's thinking. That's blind date.
Blind date, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, don't get me on that.
What are we on? Supermarket suite.
I'm already in trouble because of that.
So you're local to this fine establishment.
I come in every now and again, yeah.
What do you make of it? What's your experiences?
It's great. It keeps me in here.
Staff are a bit.
It traps me, yeah. Everyone's alright apart from Thomas.
That's the current lad behind bar.
Yeah, is that a current theme that you've got going?
What do you make of Jack?
Well,
Careful, steady on.
I first thought he was angelic, but I now know that he's a mischievous little imp.
Why is that?
Because he leads me astray.
In which ways?
In everywhere.
You got some adventurous tales, that sounds
I'm shitting myself.
Just expose this man.
Expose him for
Is he a fraud?
For what he is,
Yeah.
He is. He comes across all nice and angelic, but as I say, as soon as you're out on a night out with him, then it can go into days.
He was speaking to me earlier about gigs and stuff.
Yeah.
You've been
I was telling him
together.
about when we went to Cortinas.
You want to elaborate on that?
That he got us lost.
When we did the Grand National.
Yeah. That he decided he was.
I touched on it and didn't tell the story. So
He got us lost.
Your perspective.
Basically, he said,
Where's this, in Manchester?
"Yeah, follow me." He says, "I know the way." He's got the map. He didn't have the map. He didn't have
the map.
He didn't have a clue where we were going. And we get to what can only be described as a 15-foot fence with spikes on top. And and there were big spikes.
That's designed to keep people
out. Yeah, it's basically you shouldn't have climbed over or you're gonna die. And
you insult tail.
And I turned round and he was up on top of the fence and he looks up and goes to me, "Can you get up here?" I says, "Looks like I'm gonna have to, doesn't it?" So we both climbs this one fence, starts walking.
By the way, on the in between this, before this had happened, this guy went, "I won't go this way, family lads." We said, "Oh, we'll be right,
We knew better. Yeah, we knew better, didn't we? We knew we could get over that fence, yeah. So we gets over this one fence. 5 minutes later, walking down canal. I don't know what canal was it. Ship canal.
Yeah, we're Manchester.
Ship canal. Walking down canal. There's another fence. So I thought, fucking hell, we're gonna climb over this one. So he climbs over this other fence. 5 minutes down the road again. There's another fence.
We're about 50.
Sounds like a bad fucking.
We're a bad dude.
It was like a bad level on Mario. This.
Well, it worked. it worked. And funny fence. The funny fence were the last fence because we get to the last fence. And he got used to climbing, and before he'd even looked at the fence or weighed anything up, It was up. It was up and over, and I looked. It was a gate. Just open the gate, walk through it.
For fuck's sake!
What are you doing up there, son?
Fucking hell. So you go gallivanting together.
Fucking, we missed our train and we had to get a taxi.
And then,
From Manchester.
90
Cost us 90 quid a taxi.
90 quid.
That's on my tab, that.
Oh.
On my reoccurring tab, but yeah, we've got some tales and we've had some fun. Problem is with this place, you come in and you don't leave.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's so good. You come in, everyone like today. People come in, you start laughing, you start joking.
Yeah. It's got a good community feel to this
That's
place,
it, and you don't want to leave.
Byron used to work here.
Yeah.
On and off. I was like guest barman once a month.
Because when Danny and Alice and that bit of shit went on, but I'm not trying to. And they used to send loads of different people down each week from the road.
Yeah, we've got a shit house coming down. Who's coming this week?
And they said Byron's coming out, for fuck's sake. I hope Dave Spikey don't come in because he's going to embarrass himself.
He's going to walk out. He's going to walk out with a fucking patch on his pants again.
I'm telling him about
earlier in
Phil
the
Neville
pod.
before.
Yeah.
Then when I met Phil Neville and I'm going, hey, how you doing?
You should have seen me with Dave Spikey. Fucking
Jesus, he's the worst.
I knew I embarrassed myself though. I was like, I've been a fan all my life. It's a pleasure to meet you. I was like,
It's ridiculous.
I walked out of work that night and I was just like, just made a right cock of myself.
I mean, he does that on a normal day, but it's even worse.
Yeah, it was. It was even worse.
On a regular basis.
But we're in now on a Sunday. I don't know how much longer this pod's going to go on for. But,
Probably a while.
Overcast.
I've got a lot to say.
It's still in mine.
What do you want to... Oh, fucking hell, I've already gone on about that. Jesus Christ. What do you talk about, Jack? I'm out of material. Never thought I'd say that.
What we...
Well, I had a time scale of till we started until we closed. Now we're going over. I'm not bothered. It's great. More material. More
until
for the
we
people.
closed, until we opened.
I think
We were closed when we first started.
no, until we opened. Yeah, from when you opened. Did I say until we closed?
Yeah.
Tell you what, you want to come in here, get on a couple of... Get on this pilsner. Get on this pilsner. And next thing you know, 2 pints of this and you're on fucking Mars.
It's like the Twilight Zone.
Oh, yeah.
Thomas has got his
You come in for a pint and you leave the next morning.
Thomas has got his head in his hands.
Barman's over there.
You go home, you wake up, you come in again for a quick pint and you don't leave again.
That's us.
That's us. Cheers anyway, gents. We've got a fucking ants piss mouthful.
I know, yeah. Here he is, Big Byron. Solid lad.
What have you got to talk about? Get something off your chest.
You'll be getting
No, not political.
Fucking
Fucking hell. Any more of your politics? Any more of your politics? Jeremy Corbyn's going to come in and fucking start tossing you off. Fucking hell. Vote Boris.
No politics or opinions.
I'm joking.
I went in the ferret yesterday and some lad had a t-shirt on.
What's the ferret?
Fuck Boris.
What's ferret? Bjorn in Sweden or what ferret is?
Pub in Preston. Martin was going to meet me there,
Where's
but Martin
Preston?
never met me there, did you not,
I
Martin?
was too busy scrappy do trying to swat me. Trying to avoid him.
Ben, how many channels have you got cricket on there?
Fucking hell, should we talk cricket? Do you like cricket?
Yeah, I don't mind cricket.
Bores me to fucking tears. No offence.
It's still not speaking to me.
Cricket.
Are we winning or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not winning yet, no.
Cricket's boring as fuck.
It's under control. It seems under control. It looks alright. Looks positive.
We should be beating them though, shouldn't we? New Zealand.
Well, we've not batted yet, so we don't know.
What are they on?
They're on 202 for 5.
202 for 5. I hope this might. It should pick you up. It's only it's a condenser mic. So.
No, it's picking them up. Yeah, it's all on there.
Nothing up on there.
This one,
This is really different to any other podcast. Do you know what we should do? We should
That
set
looks
it up.
like my heartbeat yesterday.
Have you done that 10K?
After I'd done that 10k run.
So we're looking at
It's fucking explode.
we're looking at the waveforms on the program that I record the audio.
Yours are worse than that. 199 beats per
I
minute
checked.
he has.
I checked.
199.
199. Yeah.
Hell, what were you doing?
I wondered why my left
You're
arm
in a
went
danger
numb.
one, weren't you?
My
Went
granny's
numb
been in
and
hospital.
tingly. Oh, what's going on here?
My granny's been in hospital. She had 180 per minute. And she's been
Were
really
you?
closely watched.
What are you doing running?
And he's had
I was running, yeah,
199.
ran to Preston yesterday. And when I checked back on my Fitbit app and all information, it came up that there was 2 spikes that I'd actually got to 199 beats per minute for heart rate.
Can't do that.
I'm about to have a heart attack.
No, at least
I
you're
nearly got a lift to Preston in ambulance.
Tell him about the other week when you went on your run to Preston.
Me Forrest Gump one.
Oh, fucking hell, do you regularly run to Preston?
Yeah, well, it's a decent
He's
run.
started doing it last
Again,
Right, so for the listeners who don't know where Preston is, like, we're in a town called Leyland, and Preston's what? How many miles would you
7
say?
miles away.
yeah, we're 7 miles away.
6, 7 miles.
Well, I was actually telling my dad
Oh,
this story. And I set off running to Preston, and I'd done about 8k, and it takes you up a track down side of Loster Call tram lines, and then up into Haven Park. Last week, I'm minding my own little business, doing my own little run. We've got my music on in headphones, and suddenly, about 5 people come and join me running. Now, you have
just random strangers?
Just random strangers, yeah. Now, you have this runner's like unwritten law. You know, as you're running, you find another runner. You know, I'm wired like that.
Competing,
Yeah, they're not going to be.
Yeah, it's friendly.
He's not running fucking
friendly
past me.
competition.
That's it. He's not fucking running
Well,
past
it'll
me.
give you a nod. That's it. Give you the nod. I'm going to beat you, knobhead.
And like I say, it's that unwritten, but you keep running, and these 5 start speeding up, and I'm thinking, Jesus, I've done fucking 8k now, you know what I mean? I'm tiring, I don't know where you've just come from your house, you know what I mean? But next minute, another 5 join in. Right? At the end, there was about 20,
Was that leader of a tribe?
20 people following me running that. I felt like fucking
The
Forrest Gump.
Oh, the Pied Piper.
I thought I was fucking Forrest Gump. I thought I'm like Forrest Gump here running. I thought, what the fuck are all these people following me running? I says, I'm just minding my own little business, doing my own little run. It was only when I got into Haven Park, about another half a mile down the road, that these lot had been following me, that I realised that I'd stumbled upon a tough mudder course that were going on in Haven Park.
Oh, fucking hell.
And there were these stewards, and I'm running up to these
Were you
stewards.
leading them astray then?
And they're going, yeah, you're going the wrong way. And I'm going, well, and they were just following me.
Oh, no. So you was following, everyone following you going wrong way.
So these stewards were like, you need to go this
So you got like
way.
20 people behind you
Yeah,
who were on tough mudder.
I'm on top of the car.
sake.
I'm running the wrong way. And I'm going, nah, do it with me. I'm just running my own little run. And in the end, these lot all fired off down another way.
Did they shout to you?
I just carried on running, mate. Straight up the hill and into town.
So when you get to Preston though, did you
Catch the train back. That's
Is
what I
that
did.
what you did? Is that what you do? Yeah.
Should've
Oh,
gone
that's
for
fair
it.
enough. I was going to say.
really good beer.
I was going to say that. Do you catch train back?
Catch the train
Should have gone
back.
plugging taps, lads.
We've already plugged them. No pun intended.
Hey, up, Molly's here.
Your bride's here.
Maybe.
Molly's here.
Good face.
Oh, I was just going to hear that now.
Maybe we.
When did you put that bits in there?
Here he is. He's putting more beer.
Another one.
No, it's not right in here. Come again.
It's good, isn't
We
it?
should start a thing. We should start a
A live podcast every Sunday.
live podcast once every week or once every 2 weeks. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be funny that a live
I'll
podcast?
say the life stories of Jackie and Martin.
Bad do, yeah.
Who's got something? Who's got a story to tell? Come to this corner.
Ben's got a story.
Come to the podcast corner.
I've got millions of stories.
That would be good, that wouldn't it? Once every couple of weeks. Do you have any quizzes in here? That's what I'm gonna ask.
They're all secrets.
Do you have any quizzes in
I thought
here?
it said christening.
Quizzes.
Does that have christenings in here, lad?
Do you ever have a quiz
Do
night?
you?
Yeah, I get quizzed all the time.
Yeah, no, yeah, apparently. We used to do a quiz
People are cheating though. People always cheat at quizzes.
Do you know the best thing
nowadays,
to
don't
do?
they? Google it.
No. For everybody who comes in, phone on table, face down.
Yeah, well, they place
And
control. You have to put your phone
I've
in
like
the bucket.
an independent adjudicator.
And
That's
they
it.
have an amount of people, and they say, Molly used to do it. They used to go there.
Quizzes?
They say like the amount of people, that's how many phones you have to give in, because everybody's got a phone.
Yeah. Or just put like a little thing, like a Jenga tower in the middle of the table. Do you know what I mean?
Jenga tower?
I'll come. Listen.
I thought you said gender.
I'll come in and host a quiz.
I thought you said gender tower then. I thought, what the hell's that in the middle of the table?
Gender tower.
Got no fucking hoops. Four hoops on it.
Going through fucking ceiling this day and age. Joking. What?
Chuck Ringo's over it.
What do you identify as? No, but right. So you got Byrons quiz. So Byrons quiz. Everyone get your table, sit down, settle down.
You start this on Byron's World, by the way. Byron's quiz.
Byrons quiz.
Live stream.
Live stream. See, they're going up.
I know the ideas, me.
Set the octopus there, right there in the corner.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you what. Quiz, 20 questions, right? Fucking horrible questions I've come out with. But
Go on,
table each. How many tables? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tables. Do it on a. What's your shittest night?
Probably Tuesday.
On a Tuesday night then, because that's where you put a quiz. Put a shit horse like me on.
There you go.
And then you get a quiz on.
And then you get a quiz
Classic
on.
in it Tuesday night. Probably do it Monday just to be different.
What would the family allow to go out as the prize? Few pints.
Yeah, a few pints, bottle of Prosecco, I don't know. Just give out a
Bottle of Prosecco for the winner.
Prosecco, classic. that,
Free ale, you know what I mean? That's what somebody wants. People love free booze. So, bottle of. I need you. No, you can wait. I need a wait as well. You got to listen to this. I'm pitching
You're
here.
pitching this idea.
So, Tuesday
you
evening.
get a bad back.
Tuesday evening start. Tuesday evening start. The quiz.
Piss you, yeah.
So, bottle of Prosecco for winner. But whoever comes in, and I will look at the pockets. If there's a slight bulge, and I know they've got a phone, you have to stack your phones in the in the middle. You can be independent adjudicator, right? So if anyone slides the phone, right? Airplane mode.
In it.
In the middle of the table.
Phone police.
Winner wins a bottle of Prosecco, and I ask the most bizarre questions ever.
That's a solid idea, Byron.
There we go. So if you want to come for a quiz,
because Rick's got a big bulge anyway.
I was going to say, if you're going to be inspecting bulges.
Oh yes, it's next. It's Saturday.
but you can't beat a pub quiz. But pub quizzes now, everyone's cheating, aren't they?
Yeah.
Everyone's got. But have you seen the interactive ones now? What they do? Some pubs they have the smartphones, don't they?
So you've got to use them. You can't go out, can you?
Yeah. It's bollocks alive. What's
But
point?
if there's not be only one person do that though, and then whoever's in the group will.
Yeah. Why cheat on a quiz? Like, what enjoyment would you get out of the quiz? Cheating on a quiz? Because you're just lying to yourself. You're not winning, are you?
That's it. You're not winning. You're just lying to yourself.
So Jack's gone now. I think he's gone for a. Oh no, he's there. He's gone He's gone to see his missus.
Yeah, she's.
Missus in a piss. This is Wait.
Got some material there though, aren't you?
Oh yeah, there's plenty here. We're still rolling, mate.
It's still going.
At this point, it's rambling, which is fine. The weird thing is, people enjoy listening to people ramble. Normal podcast for normal people.
Normal people.
That's what I said. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's always nice to get a guest on somebody knows of. Do you know what I mean? But
It is a good pub. It's a belting pub. You know,
It is.
Everyone comes in it. Everyone's as soon as you walk through the door, you start laughing. Everyone's having crack. Everyone's having a joke. Take it piss out of each other.
Yeah.
It's usually me that makes somebody upset because I've gone too far.
Have you upset many people in here? To the point where they walked out?
Yeah, well, we went to Benidorm, and there was this one lad who comes in here, and there was about 15 of us all going to Benidorm for like a 4-day bender trip that we'd organised from here.
Yeah.
And I'd noticed in the weeks leading up that he was getting browner. and he was also getting a lot more toned. You know what I mean?
Sunbeds in gym.
This is it. So I mentioned this to him, and I said, have you been working out? And he goes, no. I said, you've been going on sunbeds as well, haven't you? I said, you're looking brown. Bear in mind that we went in April, so it was like March, you know what I mean? We weren't cracking flags or anything.
Yeah.
And he says, no, I'm not. And I says, yeah, you have. Look, and I starts feeling his arm. Anyway, that was it then for the night. Every time I had to do something, I was giving him, where's the toilet, Rick? Right there. You know what I mean? And it went on. I said all night, you know, it was a bit of banter, and that's all it were. I went nuts, yeah, didn't speak to me. Decided he wasn't going to speak to me, enough was enough. And it carried on when we got to Benny, because Jack had actually sent me a picture. And just before we went, it was his birthday. There was a picture posted on Facebook, and I think his wife had posted it, and it said happy birthday, you know, blah, blah, blah. But in the background, it's zoomed in. You could see a big protein. I'm taking that.
That's it.
I'm taking that. That's just comedy gold. That I'm taking that. So anyway, but as I say, me and him together, so we have a fucking laugh. You know what I mean?
Have people's lives.
Yeah, just have ruined people's lives. And we went to bed and all. What cracked me up is that I kept it. Never. You know, said it for a week about this picture that we got of him. Anyway, it was him, mischievous imp, right? That he kind of just laid this joke up, slammed it up in the air, this tennis ball, and just went, go on, smash that nerd. And he says, have you ever had protein shakes? And he said, never touched the stuff.
Well, what's this?
And then he just kind of went, and over to you, man. I says, well, what's this then? Anyway, so that was another weekend he didn't speak to me.
Who's that then?
No, Mick.
Oh, fuck it.
But it's
Muscle
Musclegate.
Bad car.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Look at geezer, innit? I know. So we've got across the road, we've got like a
mannequin.
It's a Nissan Leaf.
Is he dead or what? Hey, fucking move!
A Nissan Leaf with orange alloys, orange spoiler, and the bloke's about 90.
That's gonna be his great grandson. Can't be his.
Getting a lift to his funeral. Anyway.
He's fucking
Anyway, we're gonna wrap this up. Cheers, gentlemen. Martin, cheers for joining us. Later
No, always that. Cheers,
absolute pleasure. Jack,
I've still got
cheers for having
us.
us. We'll have to make a part 2. I tell you, we'll do a live podcast. We'll have to do a live podcast. We need to do the away leg. So Adam, we're coming for you.
We're coming for you.
So the second one, we're gonna go to another mic. This is Micro Pubs part 1 of 2. Yeah. So we're gonna go to Plug and Taps in Preston for the second one.
Which isn't as good. The beer isn't as good. It's
Fucking hell, you were blowing smoke out of his arse a minute ago.
Don't go there. Come here.
It depends what area you're in.
If you're in Preston, go there.
Catch the trains every hour.
Run with Martin and then get train home.
Meet me in Avonham on a Saturday having a run, and then you can all follow me back on train.
An hour and a half to get.
Come back to Market Island.
I won't fucking bother taking the time and going there.
But this is gone. I know this.
Took me ages to get yesterday. Fucking nightmare.
I know this.
Chadwick's band still coming in. Very good band. But fucking hell, it took me ages to get there. And then cost me £3 when I went trying to get in the ferret. So.
See, another stingy Northern.
Yeah, anyway, that's another fucking story.
That's it.
Next podcast.
Would have. I know this podcast has gone from one extreme to the other because obviously before we started the pub wasn't open and now the pub is open. For the second half you probably have heard background noise and everything, but that's good as well. So you can hear the atmosphere, what's actually going on in the.
There's not that many people in
the pub. I know.
By the way,
we got 2 4.
He's the guy I was on about before.
There's only 8 people in.
He's the guy
Well, 11 including us.
Knocked somebody out outside.
Oh, is he? Oh, is he?
Grey jacket, yeah.
So yeah, it's all going on here. So if you're in Lancashire or the northwest of England and you happen to stumble across our little town of Leyland, come come down to
Go
the
and
Market
visit the
Ale
British
House.
Commercial Museum. It's only over there. You can see it.
And pop in here for a pint.
Got football across the road.
That's it. If you come to LFA, come down here.
But if you like this podcast, then give it a follow on Spotify. Subscribe and like if you're on YouTube, if you enjoyed it. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, then subscribe on there as well. And give it a rating as well. But that's it. That's all it is for me. Any final words from you, Jack?
Tim Martin.
Tim Martin. Right, peace.
Well, it's the Tim Martin.